ВВС России.
This is insane. The 79th Air Assault Brigade repelled one of the largest Russian assaults from multiple directions. The attack involved 11 tanks, 45 BMP BTR, a BMP-T Terminator, 12 motorcycles, and around 200 personnel. The brigade, experienced in defending against mass assaults near Novomikhailivka, responded with heavy artillery fire, anti-tank guided missiles, and drone strikes. After losing 13 armored vehicles, the attackers retreated, and fleeing infantry were targeted by UAV operators. A helicopter of a new Russian anti-drone unit crashed in the Kaluga region. Due to a technical malfunction, the Mi-28 crashed in a deserted place. There were no casualties or damage on the ground. The entire crew died. The helicopter was returning from a combat mission in the Bryansk region. Its cost is about $18 million. There is a large problem of drug addiction in Russian positions.
Гордость наша, мальчики, блядь. Это, блядь, чё? Фу, сука. Ладно. Я, сука, с вами разберусь еще.
Over the skies of Kherson Oblast, a Ukrainian FPV drone repeatedly whacks a Russian Zala 421-16E reconnaissance drone with a stick, before eventually disabling the Russian drone's motor. Wealthy Russian people are hiring luxury yachts, which are heavily armed, to sail near Somalia on pirate hunting expeditions. Their goal is to hopefully attract pirates to approach them so that they can open fire with grenade launchers and automatic weapons. This is the closest thing to the purge currently available.
Reported that Russian luxury cruise ships are offering pirate hunting cruises to customers. In these cruises, instead of being victims of pirates, people pay around $5,700 per day to sail near Somalia on heavily armed private yachts. They hope to attract the attention of real pirates. When the pirates approach, the armed passengers on these yachts open fire with weapons like grenade launchers, machine guns, and rocket launchers. The yachts also come with bodyguards who are said to be a group of former Special Forces soldiers. For an extra $20 per day, passengers can even use an AK-47 with 100 rounds of ammunition.
Ukraine inflicted heavy losses on Russia in the Kharkiv region, but is running into serious problems in the direction of Pokrovsk. Russia continues to rely on glide bombs and frontal attacks and is slowly working towards strategic milestones. What is the situation and what is needed? The Russian attack in the Kharkiv region has failed. Fighting is only continuing in the border town of Vovchansk and in smaller sections of the front near the border. After the attack stalled, Russia brought in high-quality airborne troops and Marines as reinforcements. But these units were unable to turn the tide and suffered heavy losses. Even if Russia and its proxies downplay the attack in retrospect, the failed Kharkiv offensive is of great importance, as Russia lost a lot of material and personnel with almost no result. Since Ukraine had to mobilize reserves for the Kharkiv region, Russia can now take advantage of the relative weakness of the Ukrainian troops there on the Eastern Front. Russia is now using its air force effectively, dropping more than 100 glide bombs a day, paving the way for frontal attacks with armored personnel carriers and infantry. Russia is particularly pushing the attack vector further beyond Ocheretine. The target appears to be a strategically important junction on the road between Pokrovsk and Kostyantinivka. Ukraine continues to defend the town of Chasiv Yar, which offers favorable conditions for a long defense due to its high altitude and the fact that most of the town is behind a canal. Russia also attacks from Kreminna towards Torska and continues west of Marjinka, but with little success in each case. Russia has been exploiting Ukraine's defenselessness against glide bombs for months. The effects on Ukrainian towns and armed forces, as well as the psychological effects, are devastating. To defend against aircraft with glide bombs, Ukraine finally needs the announced F-16 and other modern combat aircraft, air-to-air missiles, and modern air defense systems. Ukraine needs more capabilities and types of ammunition for long-range precision strikes. This includes the German Taurus cruise missiles, which are still necessary militarily. And for the end, the military porn, pilots need to have minimum 1,200 flying hours to drop off something on a moving ship. Putin today spoke about plans for accelerated integration of the occupied Ukrainian territories, including Zaporizhzhia and Kherson regions. By 2030, the Donetsk and Luhansk People's Republics, Zaporizhzhia and Kherson regions should reach the all-Russian level in key areas that determine the quality of people's lives, he said. Putin does not think and has no plans to return the captured Ukrainian lands. On his own, he will never make concessions, but will only raise the stakes. Only the possibility of defeat will force him to retreat. Millions of people in the occupied territories of Ukraine are now hostages of Putin's imperial policy.
Напомню, что мы поставили перед собой интегральную цель уже к 2030 году. Донецкая и Луганская народные республики, Запорожская и Херсонская области должны достичь общероссийского уровня по ключевым направлениям, определяющим качество жизни людей. Для этого реализуется специальная комплексная программа социально-экономического развития 4 регионов.
And for the end, the military porn, pilots need to have minimum 1,200 flying hours to drop off something on a moving ship.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.